Hello folks, this is Rob with MTG Investor. We're taking a look at some of the Dragons of Tarkir cards that have rolled out, 82 cards into the set. And the card I'm going to take a look at now is Atarka's Command. I just talked about Atarka, and I think Atarka is overvalued significantly. But Atarka's Command, I absolutely love this card. Well, the part of me that wants to play Magic loves this card. And I think the part of me who loves money thinks this is a pretty reasonable card too. I'm kind of on the fence about it, but let's take a look at it. It's a green and red, instant, choose to. All the commands seem to be pretty cool. They're kind of like the Lorwyn commands in a sense that you get to choose two of the abilities on it. But anyway, this is an instant, choose to. Your opponents can't gain life this turn. Is one. Atarka's command deals 3 damage to each opponent. And one of the things about that little note is that it says Atarka's command deals 3 damage to each opponent. It doesn't say target opponent. So that means that you're not targeting the opponent, so it can get around things like leyline and whatnot. It evades that. And I don't know if that's going to be super applicable, but it might come into play at some time. So the next one is you may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. And then the last one is creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain reach until end of turn. Now a few things. It does shut off life gain, so right now in a format where it seems like everybody draws 4 siege rhinos that plays it, it seems like, I don't know what it is, they come in 4s. But you can, instead of it being a 6 life swing when Siege Rhino comes into play, they gain 3, you lose 3. You can shut that off and deal 3 toots. So basically, you both lose 3 when the Rhino comes into play. If you're, doing a card for card swap. I see this card being extremely playable in Standard, and it will see play in Standard, I think. And I think it also has a lot of potential in Modern because Modern, it also has Rhino and Kitchen Finks and things like that. But just as being a 2-mana burn spell in a sense, prevents life gain and it lets you accelerate your mana base. There may be some situations where the +1/+1 also comes into play. So I mean, it has a lot of play to it. And if this, typically in the history of Magic, cards like this were printed as sorceries, and so they just weren't that great. But the fact that you can put a land into play at instant speed makes this card really interesting to me. Right now it's being priced at $5, and I think that's pretty fair, actually. Short term, while it's in Standard, this has a range to be anywhere from a $2 to $8, maybe even $10 card. I think it's probably going to be 5, 6, 7 is what I'd a more honest target, 5, 6, 7 range. I think 6 is probably where it will be. The only reason I have 2, as low as 2 on there, is because right now red green was a thing just even a month ago, but not very many people are playing red green monsters right now. Red white is kind of taken over. Absint's always popular, but if red green makes any kind of comeback, and this card should be probably at least a 3 or 4 of it in the deck, I would think. Or I don't know, or maybe some new decks evolve in the red green sphere of color choices. But so that range just kind of depends. It's kind of hard to predict. And the other thing is, once Dragons of Tarkir rotate and the new block comes in, which was just announced, which is Zendikar, then this is going to be, red-green might be a bigger thing then. So it's kind of hard to speculate. That's in one set, basically. So long term, I think this is a $2 to $10 card. Again, I have a wide range on this because I think this will see play in Modern at some point. I'm not saying it's going to happen immediately, but I think it's too good of a card that to pass up. That the main things when I look at it, I think, what am I going to do with it? I'm going to deal 3 damage to my opponent, and I'm going to put a land onto the battlefield. Those are the 2 that jump out at me. And then the stopping the life gain is also something that I might be able to sit on. So it basically, what could have been a sideboard card on stopping the life gain can become a main deck thing. So it has two really good abilities to play main deck, and then it also has sideboard applications in the fact that you're stopping the life gain from decks. So if you're playing burn, if you're playing like a red splash green burn deck or something, then it has main deck. It has sideboard appeal as a main deck card is what I'm trying to say. So I really like that element. If you're playing tokens, creatures you control get +1/+1. That's pretty good. So anyway, on my note I said it's a dragon. Whoops, that was from another card, so just ignore that. There's a dragon on it in the picture, so hey, there you go. Anyway, long term, $2 to $10. Probably long term I see it as like a $5 card, you know, kind of right there in the middle, almost. So anyway, this has been Rob with MTG Investor. Thanks for watching. Good luck with your trades.